Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a first trimester recap. So if you haven't already heard the big news, well, big news is I'm pregnant, but also there's some other big news, and that is Matt and I are actually doing a pregnancy podcast. So that is where you're going to get all the details of, you know, just the nitty-gritty, the ins and outs of this pregnancy. We're going to be sharing the whole journey on there on the podcast. So if you want to hear like all of the details, that is definitely where you want to go. We're going to be doing a few episodes on the first trimester, just talking about everything that I went through. And then starting with week 13, we're going to be doing weekly episodes on what is going on in my pregnancy. So you definitely want to check that out. But in these videos, I just want to kind of give a recap of everything that kind of went down, and then also I want to use these videos as an opportunity to share with you guys some different things that I'm trying, like product wise or just loving. And yeah, because it's obviously you can't really share products like that in a podcast, but you definitely can in a video. Also, I'm like already out of breath, which this is not gonna be good. Okay, so overall the first trimester was a doozy. It was really rough. It was challenging. I expected to be exhausted and I expected to feel queasy, but I was pretty sick. Like I really was. I had a pretty rough go. Some women are like, you know, so sick to where they're throwing up every day, like all 9 months or, you know, 39, 40 weeks of their pregnancy, which if that is you, like, I don't even know what to say. You are just a warrior. Like, I don't know. I like bow down to you. And then there are other women like on the other end of the spectrum who are really lucky and just get kind of tired in the first trimester maybe, but don't like get sick at all. Like no nausea, which if that is you, I envy you. You are so lucky. You have no idea. I wish I could be you. But anyway, so I was kind of like, I guess in between, but for the most part, all the people that I've talked to, like in my personal life and just like, you know, people I've seen on social media, it sounds like I kind of had it rougher than most. So hopefully most of you guys will not have to deal with what I did, but I really was like, I was really sick. There was 2 weeks where majority of that 2 weeks I was in bed and I couldn't, like, even sitting up or standing up especially, just thinking about it, I would get so sick and I was throwing up and I was just like pretty miserable. After that, it was a lot more manageable for like the rest of the first trimester. That was pretty early on. And I still felt sick most of the day for a while. And towards the end of the first trimester, I really just felt sick at night and just like exhausted through the day, which that was even better. So it got better and better and better as the first trimester went on, but it still was definitely challenging. And if you're wondering, if you've never been pregnant and you want to know like what the symptoms actually feel like, the best way to describe it is like a medley of just being straight up nauseous, like you feel like you're gonna throw up. Also, and you might throw up, which I have thrown up throughout this pregnancy, unfortunately. Also, like a hangover feeling. Like obviously sometimes when you're hungover you feel nauseous, but it's like more than that. It's just like that full body, like you just feel like crap, you feel drained, you feel gross. Yeah, like kind of like a hangover. And then also I had flu symptoms so much, like obviously not like a fever, like I wasn't actually sick with the flu, but just that achy body, like your neck aches and like your body aches and you just want to lay down, and the only thing that feels good is just to like lay down and relax and like just do nothing. So those are all the, I guess, negative things about the first trimester. When you guys are seeing this, the day I'm filming this, I'm like 13 weeks and 2 days or 3 days. So I'm like just exactly in the second trimester. If you do like 40 divided by 3, whatever, it's like 13 point something. So, but the day that this goes live, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be exactly 14 weeks. So officially in the second trimester, I am starting to feel a little bit better. I don't want to jinx myself because I did already jinx myself. I was feeling so much better and then like had some of the worst days that I had like the whole trimester at the very end. But I am starting to feel a little bit better. So hopefully things just keep getting better because I hear that the second trimester can be really wonderful. So really hoping that happens. But one super positive thing, probably the most exciting part of the first trimester, is actually going to the doctor, or in my case midwife, and actually getting to see or hear the baby. So we did have an ultrasound at 8 weeks, and we got to see the little, Matt likes to call it the Bristow blob. It looks like a baby now. It is now human looking because we've seen it again, but it just looked like a little tiny ball, like a little peanut. So we got to see the baby, which was really, really cool. And I actually did like get a couple clips. It wasn't like a full-blown vlogging session, but I did get a couple clips of when we went, so I will insert that here. So we are on our way. We are in the car. We are headed to our first ultrasound. How you feeling about it?
I'm excited. I'm gonna see the little raspberry in your belly.
The raspberry. I think, oh no, it's still raspberry. Just hoping that everything goes okay. Obviously, we've never heard the heartbeat, so, you know, hoping that everything is progressing the way that it should and that we'll hear it today. So yeah, we're really excited. A little bit nervous, but more just excited. I mean, I have been feeling like crap, so I don't really doubt that things are progressing normally. And I already had to get blood taken, so I'm really hoping that I don't have to get blood work again today. I don't think so.
Yeah, I really hope not.
But definitely gonna have to, you know, get an ultrasound. They're gonna be up in there. But yeah, we're excited.
April 20th, 2018.
This is exactly what I found out on March 20th, first day of spring that I was pregnant. I didn't realize it's, well, I don't know if it's exactly a month, but same date next month.
We're about to see a little raspberry.
A little Bristow.
And that little screen right
raspberry
there. We're very excited. And I think the doctor's coming in soon, so I'm gonna close this up.
Midwife.
We'll see you soon, midwife. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so we got our ultrasound pics. And what did we hear? Or we didn't hear it, we saw it.
A heartbeat?
Yeah,
That's
little
right.
heartbeat.
That's the way the human body works. The little blob has a heartbeat.
Yeah, it looks like a little blob right now. Just a little Bristow blob. But yeah, we saw the little flicker of the heartbeat. We can't hear it yet, but like we can't do the audio yet because it's not far long enough, but we saw the heartbeat and I didn't cry. Neither of us really got emotional.
It was cool.
It was cool. Oh, yikes. All right, well, so we're good. We heard the heartbeat. All is good. Baby is progressing. I'm 8 weeks and 3 days, and it feels really good to have that under our belt, right?
Yes, that guy is annoying, but it's great. We're excited.
We're excited. So yeah, you got to see us on the way. It's definitely a little nerve-wracking because, you know, from weeks 4 to 8, you know, after you find out until you actually go to see a doctor or a midwife, it's nerve-wracking because you don't really know. But I mean, I honestly, like, I was nervous, but I was so sick that I was like, something is definitely happening. Like, you know, if I had felt fabulous, I probably would have been a little more nervous. But since I was so sick, I was just like, I'm pretty sure there's something down there and it's still kicking. Not physically kicking, but you know what I mean, still alive. So yeah, so that was our 8-week appointment, and we didn't actually hear the heartbeat because my midwife just said she didn't recommend doing the volume at that age, but like as the baby got a little bit older, we could hear it. So when we did go at the end of the trimester to our 12-week appointment, we did get to actually hear the heartbeat. We didn't do like a full-blown ultrasound, we just like listened on like a fetal Doppler. So we got to hear the heartbeat, and which was like the coolest experience. Both Matt and I were there, so we got to hear it, and it was just like really, really cool. And it was pretty high. It was in like the 150s or 160s. So maybe that means it's a girl. I don't know. We still don't know, but we will definitely be finding out soon. To be honest, I think it's a boy, but like everyone else, not everyone else, but everyone thinks it's a girl. But for some reason, I think it's a boy. So we shall see what happens. Okay, so I wanted to share some of the different products and things that I just tried throughout the first trimester, mainly to help with feeling nauseous and getting sick, because that was like the biggest symptom that I experienced, and there isn't really a whole lot you can do when you feel like you have the flu. You just kind of have to lay down and rest and stay hydrated. So I want to share some things that I tried. Unfortunately, most of them did not work for me, but just because they didn't work for me, it doesn't mean that they may not work for you. Some women swear by all of this stuff, so I figured I would mention it just to show you what I tried, and you know, so at least maybe you can try it and hopefully you have better luck. So the first thing were some ginger chews. So to be honest, I just hated these because the taste of ginger, I just couldn't could not, like I just could not do it. I haven't been sensitive to really food smells, but for some reason ginger I couldn't handle. But any other kind of scent, like I just can't, like just cannot. But not with cooking or food, which is like kind of convenient and lucky because I was able to cook, well, I mean I was tired so I wasn't cooking a whole lot, but anyway, so I tried these and I think Matt got these at like Whole Foods. I don't know, you can order them on Amazon too, but I did try them. Some women swear by like ginger chews or ginger, like candied ginger, because it really does help to settle your stomach, but unfortunately I just like could not handle the taste. I couldn't do it, so I couldn't get them down, but that is something that I tried. Okay, another thing that I tried, which is like another really great natural remedy, is sea bands. So unfortunately, I did not see a big difference when I wore them, unfortunately. But I would say that to give these a try if you are dealing with morning sickness or just like any kind of, like these are for motion sickness. I guess also morning sickness, but basically you just wear them on your wrist and they have like this little plastic like bulb that sticks out, and it just goes on this certain spot on your wrist which presses on a pressure point that is supposed to help relieve nausea. So you just wear them, they're not uncomfortable, and you can just, you know, wear them and it can help relieve nausea. And unfortunately I didn't see a huge difference. I wish, that would have been so great. But a lot of women swear by these in their first trimester, so this is definitely something else you can try. Okay, another thing is good old ginger ale. So I had Matt go to Whole Foods to get these just because this is at least, it's just like carbonated water, like real sugar, not high fructose corn syrup, whatever. I mean, it's still not the best, but it's a little bit better than just like regular ginger ale. As far as ingredients go. So I think I had one. We still have like all of them in our fridge. I just like, I don't know, something about, I just couldn't do the ginger, guys. Like I really wanted it to work because I knew that that was a natural way to ease nausea, but I just couldn't handle the smell. And something about it was just like too bubbly and I don't know, I just couldn't deal. But that is another good thing to sip on if you're sick, and hopefully it will work for you, but it didn't really work for me. And then another thing, I forgot to bring them up here, but I was really hoping that I could just rely on my essential oils because I love oils, just huffing them straight from the bottle. So I have peppermint, I have a ginger one, and then I also have, they're all from Young Living. It's a blend called Aroma Ease from Young Living. And when I first started to get nauseous, which I was like, oh, I'm a little nauseous, like week 5 maybe. No, that was nothing, like it got way worse. I would smell it a little bit, but again, like I said, anything other than food, when it comes to smells, I just like, I can't do it. Like it just makes me feel way more sick. So I was planning on just being able to like smell those and have like that help ease my nausea like throughout the first trimester, but unfortunately I couldn't use those either. But those are also good, really like just extremely natural alternatives. You could just smell it or diffuse it or whatever, and that can really help. But again, unfortunately, it didn't work for me, but I do have something I can finally share that did work, and that is these Preggy Pops. So my sister actually gave these to me because she had some extra boxes from when she was pregnant, and she said that they really helped her. So I was excited to try them, and they do help. It says that they have like, I don't know, essential oils or something in here that helps with nausea. I personally don't think that's why it helped me. I feel like it just helped me because it coated my stomach. And they're basically just like little, some of them taste like Now and Laters to me. Do you remember those candies? Like the dark red ones I think taste like Now and Laters, which I really enjoyed. But they're just like little candies and you can just like suck on them. They come in different flavors, and I do feel like these did help. Like if I had to go in the car, which I like try to avoid the car as much as possible because I just felt so sick in the car. Or if I was just like, I don't know, if there was a place where I was just like afraid, like I basically wasn't going to be able to eat something, like I was going to be out of the house, I would make sure I always had these with me so I could just pop one in, because they did definitely help. So these are definitely a good thing to try. And I feel like if I didn't work from home and I worked like, you know, an office job, I feel like I would swear by these because like I don't have access, you don't have access to your kitchen all day, you know, when you're working at an office or some kind of place where you go to. So like just for like meetings and stuff like that, I feel like these would be so good to have. So those were all the things that I did try. There were some things, I obviously didn't try everything under the sun. A lot of people were telling me like, or that I was reading online, like ginger tea, but again, I couldn't really do the ginger, anything ginger. Peppermint tea also, but like I said, anything, any kind of scent just like really threw me off, and I just like, I couldn't do it. And then also B6. I don't know why I didn't take B6. That's like one of the easiest things to do, just like pop a supplement. For some reason I just like never got around to buying one, and I'm like, I think, fingers crossed, I'm like over most of the nausea now, so I'm probably not gonna start taking it now. But yeah, I didn't try that, but I definitely didn't try everything under the sun, but most things I tried unfortunately didn't really help. But what did help the most is just food, just eating. When I was at my worst and sickest, I would just try and get a couple bites of food in every hour. Nothing really sounded good, but if anything sounded good, I would eat it. I didn't care what it was. I mean, as long as it was safe for pregnancy. Literally didn't care. Healthy eating went out the window. It did not matter. If I could stomach it, I would eat it. And I think that that's a good way just to kind of get through your first trimester. Once you feel better, you can focus on being more healthy. But in your first trimester, the baby is so tiny. It's like a little parasite. Anything that it needs, it can just take from mom. So personally, I don't think that eating super healthy during the first trimester is something you should stress about. If you feel great, yeah, do it. But if you don't, just eat whatever you can to survive, because you know, you got to get the calories in. So just eat whatever you can and it's all good. As far as exercise, I'm typically pretty active, but that went downhill a bit in my first trimester. So in those first couple weeks where I was extremely sick and couldn't even get out of bed, I mean, the exercise was not even a thought in my mind. Just walking downstairs to the kitchen was like a challenge. So but after that I did start exercising a little bit. I have been to the gym like a handful of times. I think now that I'm starting to feel a little better, I'll be able to go more consistently, which makes me really happy, because I do want to try and maintain, you know, some level of fitness during this pregnancy and, you know, muscle and all of that. I do want to try and feel pretty good. But what I have been doing a lot of, since I haven't really been able to get to the gym because it just totally would wipe me out. A lot of times I would feel really sick afterwards and it just like wasn't worth it. So I didn't really go a whole lot, but I would walk a lot. So I would try and get out in the morning. After I like ate breakfast, I would usually feel pretty good for a while. So I would just get out, just walk in my neighborhood, anywhere from like 20 to 40 minutes, like whatever I had time for that day. And I wouldn't do it every day, but I would try and do it as many days a week as I could. Even if I got like 3 or 4 walks in, I would feel really good about that. So that was just helpful just to stay active, because on top of feeling really sick, like if you're used to being active and then you're just like sitting and you're sedentary, there's just like another layer of just like not feeling great and like not feeling yourself. So it was really nice to be able to get out and walk, and it doesn't have to be anything intense, but just to like break a tiny sweat and get your heart rate up, like it definitely did make me feel better. Okay, so now I just want to go over a few things that I absolutely loved. I don't have a whole lot of products yet. I feel like second trimester and beyond is when I will really start diving into using more products and like maternity specific things. But I do have a few things. The first one is not specific to pregnancy at all, but it's just a water bottle. Any water bottle will do, but I have been using this for months now. This is a Yeti, but I just like it because it keeps my water super cold. Before pregnancy, I could care less. I could literally drink room temperature water all day and I didn't care. Like, actually I preferred it because it was easier to chug. It didn't make my like teeth cold and give me a brain freeze. But now that I'm pregnant, I'm thirsty all the time, and just ice cold water is so satisfying. So having like an insulated water bottle has really just been nice. And I've just like, I mean, this is usually by my side all the time, but I have like a special, even greater appreciation for it now. Okay, the next thing is TV, watching TV. First trimester, it really kicked my ass, and honestly, resting just was the only thing that really made me feel better. So I tried to, you know, still work as much as I could, but I really was like knocked down most days. So I would just rest. And obviously if you already have kids and you're pregnant again, like that's not really possible. But if this is your first pregnancy, like if you can rest and you can take the nap, choose to do it. Like, just make it a priority. There is so much going on in your body. Even if you lay on the couch all day at some point in your first trimester and you're doing nothing, there is still so much that is happening under the surface. You're literally building a human cell by cell by cell. So it's just, your body is doing so much. So if you can rest, just take advantage of it, especially if it's your first pregnancy, because you're never gonna be able to do this again in any subsequent pregnancies. So I just kind of took advantage and rested as much as I, you know, could. So I watched a lot of TV. Netflix was my friend. I watched like almost all the seasons of The Office again. what else did I watch? I watched a lot of Dateline, love Dateline, and there's this new show that Matt hates, but it's because it's really not that good, but I think I just enjoy watching it. It's on demand. It's on, what channel is it on? Lifetime maybe? Or yeah, I think it's on Lifetime, but it's called Escaping Polygamy, and I've just been binge watching that. I'm just loving it. Okay, another thing that I have been absolutely loving, this isn't necessarily something really specific, but that is just comfortable clothes. So I'm not really like showing a whole lot yet, and I will do like a belly shot at the end of this so you guys can see there's not a whole lot going on. But definitely something that's changed throughout the first trimester is I just feel like my waist is like thickening, which is like normal in your first trimester. So like everything just feels a little bit thicker, a little bit wider. So my clothes, while I'm still able to fit in like, I mean like all of my shirts, yeah, but as far as like jeans and jean shorts, sometimes I can button them, other times I'm just like too bloated and I'll just use like the little hair tie trick and just wear a shirt like over it so you can't see. But I just, it's not so much that I can't fit into them really anymore, it's more that they're just really uncomfortable, and anything tight on my stomach just makes me feel even more nauseous. So that has been like, I try and avoid that stuff at all costs. So I have just been wearing a lot of comfy clothes. So these shorts, these are so random. These are, I don't even know how many years I've had these for. They're just like little Free People shorts, but they're stretchy. Like they're not even like really an elastic waistband. They feel like you're not wearing anything. So get yourself a pair of just comfortable shorts that aren't gonna be tight around your waist, because it just, at least for me, it just made me feel way more sick. And I just did not like having anything super tight around there. Speaking of, I'm still wearing my same leggings. They still do fit, but like I said, I have the, I'm wearing them right now. I don't know if you guys can see my leggings. But they are, I love these leggings. They're the Lululemon Align pant, I think. So, and they go up really high. They're like high-waisted and they're so comfortable. They are so thin and they're just great leggings, but they definitely are like, they're tight around, like when, like around my stomach, because I'm just, like I said, I'm getting a little thicker and a lot of times I'm really bloated and it's just a lot of, it can be a lot of pressure. So it's just not as comfortable. So I don't wear them as much anymore, but I have kind of been living in them. But I do want to ask you guys, let me know if you have any, like what your favorite pair of maternity leggings are, because I definitely want to invest soon, because these are just starting to get a little more uncomfortable, and I just like want something that's more comfortable. I could definitely just go up a size in these because I do love them, but they're really expensive, so I kind of feel like I don't want to do that, and I just want to get like whatever, a cheaper maternity pair. So let me know ones that you really like, because I need some recommendations. Okay, the next thing is also super random, but it is just this really comfortable bandeau. Again, I think this is also from Free People, and I've had it for years and years and years, but it is just so comfortable. So when you get pregnant, your boobs get huge, which is like, you know, whatever, but it's not like, I haven't worn like normal underwire bras, and like I couldn't even tell you how long. Like I literally just wear bralettes. So it would, like, they would still like fit, I guess, but because they're just kind of loose and forgiving. But the band, like, I don't know, by like week, I feel like 6, I was like, I cannot wear these because the band just feels tighter, and it made me feel sick and uncomfortable, and I just hated it. So I have been wearing this like literally every single day. It's so comfortable. It feels like butter on. It's not tight, but it stays up because my boobs are huge now. So get yourself some kind of comfy bra. I'm probably gonna invest in some bras soon. I want to get like some just like cheap, just like comfier bras that have straps, so I'm not always wearing like a bandeau all the time. But then I'm also probably like later in the pregnancy gonna invest in some like nursing bras, because I don't want to buy bras that I'm not gonna be able to use. Like bigger bras, like larger size bras for pregnancy that I'm not gonna be able to wear afterwards. And I'm hoping and planning on, fingers crossed, being able to breastfeed. So definitely gonna invest in some nursing bras. So if you have any favorite nursing bras or just comfortable bras that you liked during your pregnancy, definitely let me know, because again, need some recommendations. Okay, so like I said, I have not purchased or been wearing any maternity clothes yet. Since I am like the time of year that I'm pregnant, I feel like I can get away with it for a while because it's almost summertime. And even by the end of summer, I'll be like right at the beginning of my first trimester. So I'm not gonna be like ginormous all summer. Like I'm just gonna have like a smaller growing belly, and I probably won't be like humongous until like October because I'm due at the end of November, I would think. So I'm just gonna try and wear like a lot of sundresses and just be able to, you know, get away with wearing normal loose fitting clothes for as long as I can. And then in the fall I'll probably have to buy a lot more maternity clothes. But one thing I did buy is I got another pair of jean shorts. So my favorite jean shorts of all time are the 1 teaspoons. And I searched high and low online for like maternity jean shorts, and there like are none. Like there's hardly any. I could barely even find like a pair of maternity jean shorts, let alone ones that I thought were cute. So I just decided to buy another pair of 1 teaspoons. They're kind of expensive, but I think they're worth every penny, and like I don't spend a whole lot of money on clothes, so that's how you know I really like these. But I got like what 3 sizes up. These are like a 28 and I typically wear like a 25. So I have room to grow essentially. So I don't know like when I'll switch to these shorts in the summer, but I can still fit in my other ones, but a lot of times I do need to do like the hairband trick. I'm probably going to do that from here on out. So that is one thing that I did buy as far as my growing body, but that is it so far. But I will definitely keep you guys posted. I'm sure as summer goes on and I get to the 2nd trimester, I'll have more like clothing items that I love to share, and I'll definitely share those in if I have like some staples that I love, I'll definitely share them in the next recap. Okay, so lastly, I want to show you guys the belly shot. So I don't really have a whole lot going on right now. Like I said, I just look thicker, and it's also kind of later in the day right now, and my stomach definitely gets bigger as the day goes on. Not like the baby's growing, but it's just like bloating. And I always used to see people say, like bloggers and stuff, like, oh, my bump always comes out after lunch. And I was always like, isn't that just food? Like, that's not your bump. But like now I totally get it. Like you really do expand, and it's like more than just bloat. Like you can't suck it in. It's just like there, and it's like more prominent and like harder to hide than just a bloated belly. Like I don't know. It's really very strange. But anyway, so I will show you. I'm also super pale right now because I have not used self tanner since last summer, and it's like this summer now. I'm gonna put these down. So this is what it looks like from the front. I've just kind of like lost any like definition that I used to have, and I'm also just like thicker like in here, but it doesn't look like that different. And then from the side, this is like what we're working with. It's like definitely like there's a little bit of a belly down here. I like can kind of suck it in, but if I let it all the way out, it's just like bloat. But yeah, so that is what my belly looks like right now. And it's still pretty flat, I guess, but there's definitely something going on. It didn't used to look like this, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm sure the next time I show you guys show you my belly in the 2nd trimester recap, it will look a whole lot different. Okay, so that is it for this video. Sorry, it was definitely pretty long, but I just had a lot to say. There's a lot of ground to cover when it comes to the 1st trimester. But like I said, if you guys want to hear more in-depth, like on a weekly basis, what is happening, definitely tune into our podcast. Make sure to subscribe. I will leave it linked down below. It's called The Bristow's Made a Baby, and it is on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, like all the main platforms where you can listen to podcasts. So definitely check that out and let me know what you think. And also, since I'm obviously not going to be doing like weekly updates and like belly shots on here, I'll definitely be sharing a lot of how like my just belly is growing in general, probably on my Instagram, so make sure to follow along on there. And I'm sure I'll be talking about it like regularly on stories and all of that good stuff. But that is all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to follow us on this journey. Even though I'm not going to be doing weekly pregnancy updates, I'm still going to be doing a lot of pregnancy related videos here on my channel. So make sure to subscribe so you never miss any of those. But yep, that is it for this video. Thank you again so much for watching. Thank you for all of the love on our little Bristow baby. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!